What's up, my people? How not they waiting? They haven't waiting this up. Let me be sure that my audio is working. What's up, waiting? They haven't waiting this up. Yes, so I am back again. Guys, I'll tell you a story. So, a few years ago, I sent Frederick Leonard a message. And by the way, the reason why I'm talking about this is simply because Frederick Leonard and Peggy Ovire are trending again. I'm sure at this point, Frederick is like, what is wrong with these people? Why can't they leave my life alone? But I'll tell you one thing. He's a great guy, right? And this is the part people don't know. People don't just change overnight. It's got to be something that triggers them to do what they are currently doing. Because we tend to see stories like, oh, he used to be that person, or, oh, he was like this, but I don't know what happened to him. There's a reason. So I sent Frederick Leonard a message a few years ago concerning an issue that was brought to me, and Frederick Leonard responded. I knew I have no right, to push it anymore because he wouldn't want to talk further. He just, answered me respectfully. And this helped me understand people. You see, Frederick Leonard said that he's done respecting people on social media. And there's a reason why he said that. Because, the people that calls themselves fans are always trying to, guilt trip him and make him feel like he owes them an explanation. And that is what is really going on right now.
I was just going through social media, and someone had just put up a post, sharing his view and opinion on something. And then I was going through the comment section. I usually don't go through comment sections because I have come to the conclusion that those who actually have sense are not in the comment section. People who have sense are not on social media.
And I understand why he's refused, to share anything. The story on social media about him at this point, is getting out of hand. It's becoming something else. And I feel like I need to talk about this part. This is a man that I know would come out and debunk stuff, but he has stopped. Because he felt like he does not owe anybody anything. So this guy is a respectable person. I'll tell you, because, for me, like, I've reached out to him and he loved that. Like, he's not the rude. I didn't see him. I still don't see him as the rude type. There's a narrative flying around about this guy that I think is wrong. Now, the story, or the reason why some of you clicked, Peggy Ovire, which is, trending, Peggy Ovire and Frederick Leonard. What's up with these people? We're talking about it again. It's trending again. There was a story that was shared on social media about Frederick Leonard. Fans do too much. These so-called fans, which most of them are not even fans. Anyways. So they try to push a narrative that, while they were dating, Frederick Leonard and Peggy Ovire, and Frederick Leonard cheats on her. They said a lot of things. And I remember seeing this post and I was like, okay, maybe, because guys, I'm very patient. Sometimes I keep a story. I put it in the cooler, waiting for the right time to share it. I think on this one, this is the right time to share it. They said, they've broken up and this guy cheats a lot, blah, blah, blah. Now, Frederick Leonard went for a vacation recently. And I think that is why, this is trending again. They didn't see her in the video. And yes, they were like, this confirms it. This confirms that this man and Peggy Ovire are no more together. See, I wouldn't conclude. I've said this before. I understand there are issues in marriage. And I remember talking about this. I said, you will be shocked that if truly that is the case, it might not even be the man and stuff. But no one is certain, knows for sure the true story. I'm talking about people on the internet. Of course, insiders knows, right? but nobody knows. And if Freddy Leona doesn't give the go-ahead, I'm not sure insiders will come out and say anything about it, right? And couples go through issues. Does that mean that they will break up? Does that mean that they've broken up? No, right? These people, their relationship is, in the past, wasn't the strongest, but they try to keep it, together. They try to, make sure that they are sincere with themselves, and later they got married. I think was it in 2021 or 2022? They got married, right? And the lady herself, Peggy, said that I saw a man, I'll quote her, I saw a man that was willing to make money. I saw a man that was not a womanizer. Most importantly, let me repeat. She said, I saw a man that was not a womanizer. Most importantly. So, what do we believe here? This was during the wedding. That time, right? And she mentioned that. Even went ahead to advise young ladies. So now, I'm thinking, like, if Peggy herself says that this man, she said it openly, that this man is not a womanizer, who are you to say that he cheated on her, back and forth, this, that? The main person, even when she wasn't asked, said that he's not a womanizer. Let me read this part. In October, the couple, who have been having an on and off relationship dating back to 2015, shocked their fans when they announced that they were getting married. Yes, fans were really surprised. Why? Because it was an on and off relationship at the time. So there's another thing that he said, and I'm going to quote him here. He said, as much as we talk love, as much as we want to say fancy things. Now, I want you to understand that there is no way you will talk about these two without talking about how it all started to the point of marriage. There's got to be a background story, not just assumptions at this point, right? Now, he continued talking to Peggy Ovire. He said, I like you. You know how I get when you want to drive out and go for an appointment. It's not like you are doing anything for me. I want you around me, around the house. You are usually downstairs monopolizing the remotes, and I'm upstairs. But knowing that you are downstairs in that house gives me peace. I wasn't looking for a wife. I was looking for a soulmate and a best friend. You have been my best friend for the longest. And that is why even when we fight, we cannot live without each other just because we miss ourselves. Even when they fight, said, baby, I will hold your hands, even when we fight. Now, let me take you here. Mr. Leonard said that for a while, he knew she was the one for him. But the human in him fought hard to resist it. I was watching an interview recently where Nonso, the actor who's 48, said that most of them are dealing with this. And it's not just the men, the ladies too. They have this imaginary life in their head that they think is possible in real life or should be happening in real life. That is, he was living in other people's world, in other people's script that was given to him. He was using it in his own life, his own real life, in real life, right? Like he never got out of character. And sometimes some of these people struggle with it. Eventually they find a balance. And trust me, there are people, even in America, not just Nigeria, who are so into these movie roles that it affects their personal life. And I'm so happy that Nonso D.O.B., even though some people bashed him, I'm so happy he's summoned the courage to share something like that. He didn't blame anybody. He blamed himself. He knows that this is where I'm wrong.
Wrap up on this last point. It's very important.
On the Chiara girl?
No. on the part of why am I not married.
Okay.
I've not really answered that question.
All right, okay.
Good.
Let's go.
So, let me make it very snappy.
Okay.
In other words, what am I trying to say? A lot of actors, a lot of filmmakers, a lot of people in the make-believe world find it very difficult to differentiate between the real world and the make-believe.
And the make-believe.
I tried. I've given love a chance. I've given relationships chances. I've tried consistently. What people don't understand is that I've been making efforts to build relationship with somebody that will lead to marriage. But guess what?
What?
I realized that there were certain things I was not doing right. Because I was seeing this, I was seeing these relationships from the perception of the scripts that I always read. What made up wars in my head all the time was the industry, the scripts, the stories. They are not real. Actors act for too long, live in the make-believe world for too long, that they practically forget how to live such a life in the real world with the right principles of it, because in the real world is a different ball game than in movies.
Okay.
So when I realized this, I took a back step, and that's when I went on a journey to understand the nature of human being, how to build myself, how to become a better person. It wasn't that I didn't find somebody good. It was because I was not prepared. Nosudiobi grew up on TV. I don't know what it means to be a regular guy. I don't know what regular people know. Everything about me is film, storylines. I've gone through people's stories. I've lived in people's realities so much that I practically forgot how to live in my own reality.
Your own reality.
And I guarantee you, La Vista, lots of actors are caught up in this bubble. Lots. And when I realized that it was dangerous for me to keep going that way, that's when I parted ways, or that's when I really decided to balance things up. I started learning all over again, understanding the kind of person that I needed to be to have a good relationship. At this point, I have tried and it didn't work. So I took my time to go back and work on myself. And I believe that, most importantly, the part of a life partner, I'm quite spiritual to an extent. There are times when you cannot predict what will happen to you.
True.
When you come into this world, when you get married, when you're going to have babies, and when you're going to leave. These 4 things are tied to your destiny.
So sometimes, right, most of these people, especially actors and actresses, they struggle in their relationships. So at some point, you tend to see a little bit of that on social media and suspect. Sometimes your suspicion might be valid, but does it mean that it's leading to a divorce? I doubt. There's something they call patient love. And for you, this guy didn't get married to this lady when he was young now. He had the opportunity to propose since. But again, it's probably, thinking I should be getting this. Probably that's what has been causing back and forth. And both of them are actors. People are focusing on what she said. Nobody is really talking about, this guy to what he said. And this is what, they put out there. And of course, the so-called feminists just push it out and just, you guys, we must force feed you with this report. And said, I have stood by this man. That's what she said. But most importantly, I have met a man who says, Peggy, I will take care of you. Be patient. He promised me that he would spoil me. And Frederick has been spoiling me silly. I saw a man that was willing to make money, which I've read before. Said, so to every young lady out there, if you have a guy you like, you love, but he doesn't have money, please stay. Listen to him, encourage him. That is all that I have done all these years. It got to a point I thought that Frederick would not marry me. I'm like, Frederick, I'm a fine girl. You are wasting my time. Remember when she said that? Yes, she actually said that. And according to reports, their relationship dates back to 2015 when Frederick Leonard confirmed that they were dating. In 2017, right? She denied romantic affiliation with Frederick Leonard, right? At the time, maybe they weren't dating. It was an on and off relationship at the time. Maybe they weren't dating. Now, I've said everything that I plan to say. You know, I would just like to add this. This couple, you know, have gone through serious ups and downs. And Frederick especially is trying to keep his life outside of social media, which I think I mentioned it then. They didn't do then. I said, and these I usually tell everybody that mostly share their relationship on social media, say you will get tired. These so-called fans, these so-called people that will tell you we are behind you, they will ruin you. They are fake. A lot of fake people. And some of them are watching me. Fake fans, you know, they are watching me. I remember saying that, this relationship that Frederick Leonard and this lady are sharing too much, it will bite back. Look at it. She know they happen now. It's happening now. It's fed up. It's fed up. If I talk something, no, they happen now. No worry. Later I'll go sit down and they watch. Speaking about fake fans, here we have Yul Edochie's estranged wife. So the lawyer shared an update about what's been going on concerning the divorce. There was something the lawyer said about fans, like fake fans. And I believe him because, you see, over the years, I've come to understand that there are a lot of fake fans. I'm talking about celebrities too. Yeah, that will come and act like they're supporting a particular celebrity. These celebrities knows. They know that among these people, only few are genuine. They genuinely love you. Most of them are just, there to do amebo, but still say that they are not amebo people and still tell other people to mind their business, whereas they are not minding their business. Useless set of people. And that's why I don't even blame Frederick Leonard when he abused some of these people. You understand? Because that's what they need actually. And take note, this man is being bashed because some fans believe that is the reason why the process is slow, the divorce process. They called him charge and bail lawyer. Some people called him Facebook lawyer. Some people called him Facebook lawyer. That he should have hastened this whole thing. That he is not even a good lawyer. Now, he even reacted to that. Now here, he said, I suspect many of you are looking for gossip, hoping to hear about a new romantic interest or impending marriage that you can use to proclaim victory for her by finding another husband. You might even want to compare you to wherever her next partner may be regarding wealth or attractiveness. These people know. They know. Then you see some of them in my comment section say, oh, mind your business. Man, get out of here. Are you minding your business? Or the person where they support, is it real support? I mean, I'm a boy you want to do. Anyways, let me read this. He said, let me read from the beginning. He said, I feel compelled to address those who seem overly fixated on the finalization of Queen May's divorce. I'm making this post because I cannot respond to each individual inquiry. As I have previously mentioned, a divorce case involves 4 key issues. 1, the solution of the marriage and the right to remarry. Number 2, optimal arrangements for the children, including custody, visitation, and child support. Remember when this man came out and said, Yul Edochie refused to support his children, and he doesn't know why. I remember him sharing the video back then.
Yul was a bloody liar. He lived a double life with a secret woman who was possibly married to another man. That's what we call double-edged adultery. Adultery against your wife, adultery against the husband of the woman you're messing around with. How dare you compare the two? Regina wasn't married to anybody when Ned met her. Indeed, Ned is proud that she was a virgin. And Ned was very candid. Regina was well informed. Even though so young, Regina's mother was involved in the process. So a parental consent and parental participation was achieved. So Ned played it straight. In accordance with his belief and system, he wanted polygamy, and he pursued polygamy consistent with the law of his country. But Yul Edochie did something else. And have you ever seen Ned attacking any of the wives? Have you ever seen Ned attacking any of his wives? Have you ever seen Regina attacking any of Ned's wives? Ned's other wives? Regina is praising them instead. But what do you have in Judy? Judy is monstrously pursuing a campaign of calumny and smear against me. And you dare compare them. Something else you people don't understand, but you gotta understand today. Ned is taking care of all the children, all his children. He's paying their school fees, he's feeding them. Yul is not doing that. Yul is not supporting his children as we speak. He's not at all. Indeed, Yul told his daughter that their mother is making more money than him now. Can you imagine? So now you're going into polygamy, but you can't take care of the children? You want to try polygamy? So please, don't compare the two.
Let me continue. 3, division of marital property. And 4, damages against Judy for her adultery with Yul. Yes, they even called him out for that. They were like, why are you suing Judy? Why are you suing Judy? I remember I read this other paragraph. Let me go to the next one. Every divorce case is unique, and progress depends on its specific facts and procedures. In Queen May's case, we have made significant strides because the parties have reached agreement on issues 2 and 3, and working arrangement is in place. What remains is issue 1. Additionally, so the issue 1 is what? The solution of the marriage and the right to remarry. So they are still there. So they are done with others. Okay. Additionally, we have issues 4, which pertains to damage against Judy for adultery with Yul. So there are people saying, why is she suing Judy? Like, what's the problem? So the lawyers are even tired because you should see they are really, really pressurizing them. Look at just under this comment section. Somebody said here, which kind of yeye lawyer be that? Sue her for what? For what? So may I still dey for you? Another person here said, let them finalize it, Biko, make everybody rest. But wait to sue Judy for what exactly? Say she marry Yul. I thought we are talking about Yul and me divorcing each other. People don't even understand this whole thing. Another person called him charge and bail lawyer. Well, he responded to those people calling him out. He said, not everybody who says she supports Queen May actually supports her. You see? Not everybody who says she supports me actually does so. Some of them are terrible people, and you see them attacking us. I just blocked the lady that calls herself something. I don't give a damn whether she thinks she is May's savior. She tried to state on this platform that I'm not a good lawyer. She thought that would hurt my feelings. Indeed, I was happy from this bad lawyer to bad lawyer. That is some progress. There is one interest we are seeking to protect, and that is the interest of May. As long as Queen May still trusts us, you cannot disrespect us and say you support me. If you disrespect the lawyers she hired, then you are questioning her judgment. You are saying she doesn't know what she's doing. That is why I blocked the lady, Siri. She's not different than the Uncle Baba she appears to be fighting for. He has a point. Anyways, guys, that is where I'm going to hold it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace.